Welcome everyone, this is Phil Bar here, and today we are going to be sculpting our very own figurine of Sailor Moon. First off, the first thing that you're going to want to grab is a 3D model or any photo reference to Sailor Moon. Luckily, I have my SH Figuarts model of Sailor Moon here. And next you'll want to get colored clay. Here we got black and white, yellow, tan, blue, and red. These are the colors that you are going to need for your Sailor Moon action figure that we're going to sculpt today. And now that we got a pretty good sphere, now we're going to start molding into like a head. So like we can pinch one end of the sphere, we can pinch it down, making it look like that, and then do that, do that, do that. Until we get a good head shape. Next, to add dimension to her face, now make her face look flat, we're just going to take this, go about a level where her eyes would be, and we're just gonna make like dents in it. You can see there how she's got her forehead going on. So we'll just keep doing that. And then maybe some room down here for mouth and swords. And she does have a small, if we can compare this to her chin, we're on the right way. We just need to make her chin just a little bit smaller, a little more petite. And then also round out these edges so that's a little more soft, a little more feminine looking. And then we're gonna do that, do that, do that. So next we're gonna start on her eyes. You're gonna want to grab some black clay, and what this is gonna do, if we can compare this to the figure here, we can. It's gonna help bring out it's gonna help separate the white in her eyes from the rest of her tan, bright skin. And so we're just gonna take a little bit of this. But remember, these are anime eyes, so we're going to want to make them pretty big. And next we're going to grab a little bit of white, a little bit smaller than the blobs that we were making before, to make the black. So little balls. We're going to smooth out. We're going to just pat them down a little bit. Barely let any of the black shine through. There. Now we're going to grab some blue for her blue pupils. So a little bit smaller, but not too much smaller. If we can compare this to this Sailor Moon, we can see that the pupils are actually pretty big. So we'll take this blue piece, we'll spread it out, and then we'll do that. And then sometimes if it's still a little blemishy like that, you can always come back in with like a fine point like this, and just put everything back in place. And next we're going to put some black. You just want to roll them into a nice ball, a little bit of an oval shape, and you lay it down. You will come back and just start rolling it out, rounding it out, making it like that. And then finally finally in her eyes we're going to lay down some white to give them like a shimmering effect. We're going to just do a small little blob right there. Just some nice looking anime eyes. And there you go. Looks like she's going to have a nice shiny eyes. Next we're going to come back and make her cute little nose. You're just going to want to take a little bit of tan, maybe about this much. You start rolling it out into kind of like a little cone. Lay it in there. Come back with this tool, then start doing that. Lift up like that, and she's got a little nose. And next we're just going to make some simple eyelashes to go with her pretty eyes. So just like, you just want to take off just very little bit like that. Roll it out into like a small little needle that you see there. Lay it in there. There we go, that's not too bad. And then the next thing that we'll be sculpting is the tiara that goes across her forehead. And so this is a color that I did not mention earlier. We won't be using it that much throughout the sculpting of this figure. But you're just going to want to take a little bit of gold clay. You can see how shimmery it gets, so whenever you're done using any of these colors, especially like silver and gold, or there's glitter in the clay, you're going to want to thoroughly wash your hands before you touch everything else, because you are going to, I dare say, ruin the rest of your inventory. So we can just get that going into a long coil like that, thin it out, and then bend it like that. We'll come back and lay it across her forehead. And there's her tiara, starting to look like Wonder Woman. The color, so you're just going to get a little bit of red, you see there, into a little dot, and then a little oval shape in it, then press it in there, and you got yourself a little gem in there. And before we get started on the hair, we can quickly make, or if you like me, you prefer the smile where her mouth is open agape. So we can just take a little bit of this clay, we can lay it downward like that. Come back with a ball end. And now that we got a good looking face, we can now finally move on to the hair. So let's put her down for now. And let's grab some yellow clay. And for now, we're just going to want to cover the back part of her head. We're going to want to get like we want to get the foundations. You see how this yellow, before the bangs, wraps around her head. So we're just going to grab a little bit of clay, roll it around, and then flatten it out. Like that. So we're just going to start doing all of that. Going around, making sure everything's So that's pretty good. We got a pretty good idea as to what we're going to do. And on top of that, how about we go back here with our needle and just make a simple line, make it look like her hair is folding. Set her head back down. We're going to grab some more yellow clay, and these are going to be her infamous bangs. They're going to go like right there. So then we're going to roll them out long ways like that. We're going to pinch them down a little bit, and then I prefer to use this needle. Sometimes you can use this, but this has a much finer edge. So we can go back, we can do that, and that. And so that's one side. To this one here, roll this one out as well. And now we will finally do that. And now that her bangs are in place, we can start doing her we can start making her pigtails. But first we gotta make the bobbers. Like on this one, right here, right there, right there, right there. So we're gonna get some yellow clay, and then we're gonna do that. We're gonna roll them up. We're gonna pop one right there. And that looks pretty good. And next we are going to want to get some glittery silver clay. Roll into a ball, place in the middle of the bonds there. And it's starting to look real glittery. There we go. And now the next part is we're going to need some red. And on these it doesn't hurt to leave a little bit of sparkle. We can grab some red, and we can And next we're just gonna get some red balls, and we'll lay them over the silver balls that we laid down. Do some more adjustments right there. And oh man, I'm starting to see our beloved Sailor Moon. Oh yeah, we're getting somewhere. And lastly, we are going to need her pigtails, so we can lay her head down for now. We'll grab some clay, and it's going to be a pretty long strand, huh, those pigtails. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, and then we're going to split that yellow clay in half. We're going to roll it out and see if that's going to be either too much or too little. My guess is that's going to be a little too much. So let's see. We're going to roll it out. Let it get thickened a little at the end there, like in this area here, and then on this area we can twirl a little bit. And let's see. No, that's actually perfect. So you can just stick a little bit right there. Have it almost mount right there. And that looks good. And there we go, there's the Sailor Moon head. So that's the end of part 1. We sculpted her head. I hope you guys are having a good time so far. So yeah, so tune in next time and we'll start working on her torso. And until then, I hope you guys had a good time. And I am quite proud of what we accomplished today. So we'll see you next time.